Today we're going to just revise three things. We'll just see how to make comparison, time prepositions, and the present perfect tense. We're going to discuss on these three issues today. So when we just make comparisons, here are some items mentioned here. Both, neither, one, the other, and then the former, the later. So beyond this, we do have extra items or degrees we use to compare things or people. Okay, so let's start to summarize issues from last year. The positive one, positive degree, positive degree. We do have also the comparative and the superlative degrees. In addition to this, we do have also additional means we use to just compare things or people. This is, if you remember, the parallel increase or parallel decrease. So it's beyond this. We're going to use both, neither one, the other, the former, and the later. Okay, so here in examples, we are going to use them both if you have two items. Okay, both. Have you seen these individuals, Haile Gebrselassie and Durartu Tulu? So let's compare them using both and neither. Both Haile Gebrselassie and Durartu Tulu were born in RC. Okay, and then when we use neither, but neither of them lives in RC. Okay, both these athletes live in Addis Ababa. It's obvious. Okay, the one and the other. The one was born in 1973. The other was born in 1969. Okay, the one, the other. These are already provided in your textbooks, anyways. So we're just having the discussion according to that. The former, the later. The former, the later. The former means the first one. The later means the second. Okay, the latter, anyways, is pronounced. Is the latter, the latter. So the former broke 70 world records, and the latter won 35 gold medals. If you remember, we do have two just words here: latter, later. So let's just have a discussion in a detailed manner here. Latter, it's an adjective. We cannot use it in a comparable way. So we use it. We use it in relating to or being the second of two items. So it is just we use it in this order. When we have two items, we mean the second one. The former, the first, and the later. The latter, it belongs to the second item. But later, here you are, later. It's an adverb. We can also use it as an adjective. It's to mean near the end of the period of time. Okay, it's not to mean the second item, but we use it in relation to time. Okay, period of time, near to the end of period of time. Latter means. Okay, this is the adverb one. Let's have a look at this example. You came in late yesterday, late, okay? Late yesterday. And today you came in even later, okay? This is not an adjective, but adverb. It is an adverb. You came, here you are. This is our verb. You came in even later. So it just express came, the verb. So we use it as an adverb. Later, we can also use it as an adjective. Jim was late. I think you have just done so many exercises. I think on the note just sent to you, Jim was late. John was even later than Jim. These are adjectives. So the comparative degree of it's sensitive. It is short adjective or word. We can just add er late. Then using er, we just made it comparative degree later than Jim. But Tom was the latest of all. This is late is a positive degree. Here we have the comparative degree later, latest. This one is the superlative degree of late. Late. So it is an adjective. We can just use it as adjective. The difference between latter and later. Okay. Let's proceed. Adverbs of time. The adverbs of time. Anyways, if there is any question, you can interrupt me. Yeah. So when we proceed, if you remember, adverbs of frequency have three layers. Okay, group A, group B, group C. The same thing is true for adverbs of time. We have, anyways, let me remind you, the group A frequency adverbs, or you may just remember them easily. Okay, so group A frequency adverbs include always, gradually, often, and so on. Group B, I think they are negative in meaning, as you can remember, never, hardly ever, seldom, and so on. Group C, they do have measurements, if you remember. Group C frequency adverbs. Every day, each month, okay, once a week, and so on. So these are examples of the groups of frequency adverbs, and then adverbs of time. Adverbs of time. You have the definite and indefinite adverbs of time. So we will have now, tomorrow, on Monday, last month, on the weekend. These are just called definite time. Okay, it is just defined time. It's just mentioned defined. So most of the time we use this definite time in simple past. If it is simple past, we just time is just specifically given. But I think you can remember the difference between present perfect and past simple. So if it is present perfect, we cannot use such times because these are just definite time. We only use them in simple past. But the indefinite time already, still, yet, at last, another day, immediately, just eventually. These are just indefinite time we call, okay, indefinite time. Uh, what I need here is just, we're going to just have a detailed discussion within already, still, and yet. Three indefinite time. We're going to just discuss in a detailed with negative and interrogative sentence to mean up to the time of speaking. Okay, so the meaning of yet is up to the time of speaking. Still, it shows the continuity of anyways any action, and then already before now. This is the meaning of these three indefinite time adverbs. Still, the continuity of time, it shows yet up to the time of speaking, and then already before now. We just use this word. So where do we, or how do we use yet? Its position, okay? It's placed after verbs or after verb plus object. Have you seen? He hasn't finished. This is a verb. And then his breakfast is the object. So after verb plus the verb object. So here yet. He hasn't finished his breakfast yet. Okay. So it's to mean up to now he hasn't finished his breakfast. with a large number of words, yet can be placed either before the verb or after the verb, okay? So he hasn't yet applied or applied yet for the job we told him about. Large number of words with the object, with our object, okay? It is the job, okay? For the job we've just told him about, this is the object. So it just consists of so many words. Then we use it in this way. In this situation, we use yet verb after yet, after yet, the verb, the use of, and just the position of yet. Here we have still. Still, as I told you, we just use it to show continuity. Continuity. It is just placed. Is placed after the verb be. The verb be. What are verb is? Do you remember them? The verb is. Sorry, we do have so many of them here. Verb to be is, are. Just change them into simple past. Is, am, was, are, were, and then into past participle, been. They just change it into the verb to be. The verb to be. So we always place still after the verb to be. Let's go to the example directly. She is still in bed. Here you are. Is the verb to be. So after the verb to be, we use still. Okay, it is used. Thank you. But other verbs we can just use it with. It is used with the affirmative or interrogative, but can be used with the negative to emphasize the continuance of a negative action. After the verb to be, we use it, but before any other verbs, we use still. Before any other verbs, after the verb to be, after the verb to be, we use he still does. Have you seen? So still is used before any other verbs. Understand? He still doesn't understand. Before the other verbs, we can use still already. So yeah, in an audible manner, you can just ask me if you have any question. Any question? Already. Especially in present perfect tense, we use already. We use already. We do have an auxiliary verb. When we form the present perfect tense, we always use an auxiliary verb. It is has or have. Okay, have the auxiliary verb we always use when we just form present perfect tense. So it is used between the auxiliary verb and the main verb already is. Okay, so its meaning is, I think I have already told you before now already. Okay, the action is already accomplished. It's one of the use of present perfect tense. Okay, performed activities within unknown time. If you remember, examples. She has already spent. Have you seen the auxiliary verb? She has already spent. So we use already between the auxiliary has and then the main verb spent. Her salary, and it is 2 weeks before payday. Okay. Yeah, with past activities. The train has left. The train has left already. We can also use it at the end of the sentence. Okay, the train has already left. The train has already left already. Okay, at the end of the sentence, we can use it. Let's proceed. Mm, present perfect tense. Okay, we have these the issues. Revise the present perfect tense. Okay, I think here Swiss sentence. Let me remind. Yes. Verb 3. This is the form of this is belongs to both the present and the past time. Okay, present perfect. Yes, it indicates the past time, and then so present activities. Let's just have a discussion on this Swiss sentence. The first one. Here you are. We're going to identify their purpose, their use. Why do we use the present perfect tense? Its use. We're going to see through this Swiss sentence. Okay, I've been at this, or somebody has lived 3 years. Okay, she has lived here for 3 years. She has lived here for 3 years. She has lived here for 3 years. So what does it indicate? Okay, among the 3 purposes of present perfect tense, this one is just the first one. She has lived here for 3 years. She has lived here for 3 years. If you remember, we just use present perfect tense to talk about actions started in the past and then continued to the time of speaking. Okay. So I've been at this school for 2 years. She has lived here for 3 years, starting from the last 3 years till now, till the time of speaking. Okay. So this is, let's just from the rule or the use of this sentence. We use present perfect tense for activities that started in the past and continued to the time of speaking. This is the rule. Okay. Starting from before 2 years till the time of speaking. Okay. The time is just considered. So actions started in the past and then continue to the time of speaking. Maybe they may just continue to the future too. This is one of the use of present perfect tense, starting from the past to the time of speaking. Number one. And then the second one, I've washed the car. I've washed the car. Better ask. Yeah, I was about to ask you questions. Let's just proceed this way. Okay. Question number 2. Question number 2. I've washed the car. So you're going to form or tell me the use of the second sentence. The second sentence. May I give you the chance, Robson? Robson?
Yes. It shows an action that has
Yeah.
already been in the.
Sentence number 2. I have washed the car. I have washed the car. The activity is already performed in the past. So are they similar? The use of these two sentences, number 1 and number 2. Number 1, we said it's about the time till now. I have been at this school for 2 years, it says. Have you seen it? So starting from 2 years till now, or maybe continue to the future. So present perfect tense is used to just discuss about to express activities started in the past and continue to the time of speaking. We said number 1 is about. What about the second one? I have washed the car. I have washed the car. Okay. So tell me the use of this sentence. It is just present perfect tense and then it's used. I need not. Nice. Uh-huh. So here you are. I have washed the car. Activity is already accomplished in the past. The car is just tidy now. It looks beautiful. So here the rule is actions performed in the past and then this relations